Hey everybody. This is going to be a very quick one. I normally create content to do with mental health, to do with cognitive abilities, to do with thinking patterns. My content is basically to see how we can all improve understanding of each other. And I just wanted to talk about a particular video that I watched from a content creator called Ayamarwa. And the way he does things. And I want to tag that along to the mentality of Africans and how they think. A lot of, from what I've read of the comments, scamming has to be a visible thing. When you are scammed, it has to be that you are doing something that someone can pinpoint. There's the understanding that scamming can occur from the words you speak, from a look you give, from a statement you make, is lost on many African people. This content creator called Ayamawa gets a lot of his content, I suppose, or financial gains or donations from his supporters who live in the diaspora. But from their names, you can see that they're either Africans or thereabout. And one particular incident that happened is there was a hailstorm in his village called Inyabuhanse. And funny enough, that hailstorm, he came out in a hailstorm with snow and hailstones and was asking for donations because he lost his solar panel for his villa, which everybody has the right to give. But what a lot of commentators came out to talk about was the fact that just 2 days before, this same content creator, Ayamarwa, had come to the public to ask for donations for a boy who he brought to social media who was 13 years old and labeled as a thief. Hold on just a minute. Apologies. And within the week, I think the title of the video was called We Caught a Thief in the Villa. And this boy was displayed online, called a thief. The boy is an orphan. He lives with his grandmother. And then this Ayamarwa got a lot of complaints that why would you display a child on social media and use him as content? And I think the negativity of the feedback of labeling a child as a thief and probably psychologically damaging him made him say, oh, we're going to build this poor boy a home. Please send donations. And that occurred. So when he came just 24 hours after that and said that because of the hailstorm, people should support, donate money to him so that he can buy solar panels, when there are a lot of people in the village who probably don't know where their next meal is coming from. And the commentators rally behind him and insults the people are saying that, hey, hang on, calm down. If we want to give him money, we'll give him money. He's not doing anything wrong. And I am wondering, where is the sense of awareness that you are being manipulated? I mean, the feedback, most of this commentator says, oh, I'll leave him. He's our guy. He's from our village. If you want to give him money, we'll give him money. It's our money. And I'm wondering, considering that YouTube has, I believe, a law or regulation that you have to be of a certain age to own a channel, I'm believing that these are adults coming up with statements like this. In real life, would you tell your child to believe everything they read online, to act according to what they read? Wouldn't you ask them to verify? So that really surprises me. I think what surprised me the more is that when this guy started asking for solar panels, a lot of people came out and said, don't you think you are being a bit greedy, especially as you had once told your fans that you are richer than the Kenyan president, because this Ayamawa is from Kenya. Why are you now here asking people to donate after Brian for your solar panels? Dip into your pocket and buy your panels. And I do believe that got him, because psychologically, cognitively, physically, unless something really, because he doesn't usually come on live unless he wants to address a particular issue. And he came, and the words he was using, I've heard this a lot on social media. People will say, oh, they are our haters, they're just jealous, they can't do it on their own, they are poor, they're jealous of my wealth. Those are terminology and manipulative gaslighting techniques to get people to believe that anybody that has a view that is different from yours is jealous or hates you. And I don't understand why, and I'm talking specifically to the African community, why you can't see that using those words are just a deflection to move people away from digging deeper. Because when you say somebody is a hater and you want to believe that, you're not questioning what is happening. Why would a man who say he's more wealthier than the president of Kenya from all the money he's accumulated from donations, why would he not be able to justify what he's doing? Isn't that scamming? If you have a president of a country and he's spending certain money and you voted for him to be in, wouldn't you ask, sir, madam, what are you doing with all the money we donated? And it's the same thing here. People are questioning. If people have donated all this money and you provide accountability by flashing a piece of paper or a screen that nobody can see, and you say that that is the proof that you are being honest, it does make Africans look utterly idiotic. I have to say this. It makes Africans look like they can't think. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. And one funny thing that one of his commentators said is that, Aramawa, in your household, you have this huge villa. Nobody's against that. You built it. You went to 70 countries, as you like to tell everybody. And the donations you've got, you'll be able to build yourself a villa. So that is something positive. But the point I'm trying to bring out is this guy who is asking for donations from solar panels has 3 horses in his backyard. To be able to feed 3 horses, we're not talking about human beings, you must have some change in your pocket. And I think people are upset that, when you are not aware about what emotional manipulation is, you get taken for a ride. You get taken for a ride. And I just wanted to talk about that. And it does make me feel a bit uncomfortable, the way Africans hoodwink other Africans, and these Africans that have been hoodwinked believe they are supporting a hero. I mean, none of the money, if 20 million people are supporting one person because he reaches you emotionally, that is not helping the community. If somebody flashes a piece of paper on the screen and says, oh, look, here's my evidence, or holds up his laptop to the camera and say, oh, this is my evidence, and you can't check anything, that is not evidence. And most importantly, I can never forgive somebody who uses a child to create content. We don't know now. Brian is only 13 years old. The guy he said is a thief. And the impact of what was done to him would not manifest itself now. It will be in his body. It's like a scar. And that is what is called trauma. But anyway, that's my take on that. And I'm just going to leave it there. You all have a wonderful day. And this is Folaremi 62. Have a wonderful day, as I said.